So as you can see from this slide, there's been a lot of movement from several different characters across the 7 different social classes. And I want to focus instead on the ones who didn't move. So I think they're a little bit more of a mystery. Obviously, the other ones made some decisions, made some changes, had motivation. They wanted to move up or they wanted to move down, either because I know I said I wanted to talk about the ones who were holding still, but the ones who did move, Eva from the beginning has wanted that social capital that she'll have from more of the established middle class, moving up even into the elite. I don't think she's quite there yet, but she wants to have these lavish parties. She wants to have interesting people in the way that Pike and Eleanor do naturally because of the position that they're in. So they're the ones that have. Eva's the one who has a lot of mobility, and she brings Dad and she brings Ted and Jean with her because of this really intense determination and motivation that she has. Charlie also, through the fame, through his punk rock band, becomes famous. He really moves up into the elite section, and he talks about how he tells Karim how much he enjoys having all the money, how he pretty much brings up the cliche of it buys him happiness. He doesn't want to be without it ever again. Jamila and Changes, interestingly, move down the social ladder because of these ideals that they have in living in the communal house with the, as Karim calls them, the vegetarians. They are willing to sacrifice their economic capital in order to gain the social capital that they want, as well as the cultural capital in the culture that they want to be a part of. So it's interesting that they move down, but it's what they want. The people who don't change, Anwar and Pike and Eleanor, are really opposites. So I think they're interesting because Eleanor and Pike, they are, as it's called, the established middle class. They are established. They are set. They really don't want for anything. They have tons of art and money and education and sophistication, all these things that Karim really finds that he wants when he starts to be with Eleanor. But they don't need to move. They find themselves in a good place. Anwar, interestingly, doesn't move because of his stubbornness. He doesn't want to change. He wants to be, as they call him, this stubborn man who sticks to his traditions. There's nothing wrong with traditions, although in his case, they do lead him down this very extreme path that leads to violence and some self-harm, unfortunately for him. But it's interesting that the two sets of people that don't move, one is because I guess they are both happy where they are in a way. It's interesting though that Pike and Eleanor are happy because they have a lot, and Anwar doesn't have a lot, but he views what he has as valuable, and because of that he doesn't want to change. So again, it's just interesting perspectives. It really brings to mind the idea of the grass is greener on the other side, or wanting what you can't have, which is really true in Karim's case, in the case of the dad, in the case of Eva. They want all these things and they move towards them. But Eleanor and Pike have a lot and they're comfortable with that. Anwar has a lot in his mind, even though he doesn't have that economic capital. He has the social capital that he wants. He has his shop, he has his wife. And for those reasons, he doesn't move. But it is interesting that they live such different lives, but they're happy where they are. And I guess that really does speak to the bigger themes of the novel, of these different types of people, the different values that they have, the different upbringings that they have, the different customs that they have, and how when they clash, such as when we're looking at them juxtaposed with each other here in this sort of chart, it's interesting and almost difficult to view the different value systems at the same time. And that does seem to be a struggle also throughout the book, whereas looking at the other, I don't even want to call them the other because that has a negative connotation, but looking at a different group and trying to view it from their perspective can be difficult. So even just looking at this, it's bringing up some of those bigger ideas in the novel of trying to put things together in a postmodern way, trying to bring those fragments together, but not quite creating a cohesive whole where we can look at everything through the same lens. We still have to examine things in a different way and respect them in their different ways for their differences in order to really understand what's going on.